Good evening. My name is Taylor, this is BeamtUp, and we're going to talk about Apple's WWDC. Your hair's in my nose. I think it goes without saying that there were quite a few similarities. Things looked really familiar this year, don't you think? Oh, but this right here, this empty auditorium, it's just like I like it.
Of course, over the years, we kept the fundamentals largely the same.
You can say that again.
But carefully added features.
That is an understatement. Carefully added features. Like, we're super scared of anything new, and anything anybody else is already doing. That's what he means when he says super careful, or careful. I'm sure I'm not the only one who, during watching this little thing right here, thought, is it just me, or is the entire sizzle video for iOS 14 about the fact that you can now put widgets amongst the apps? Like, you know, I don't even need to say it. Anybody else can. Any other operating system. Dude, when I first saw it, I was like, oh, get the f*** out of here. Come on, man. Like, really? You're like, hey guys, we can put widgets in amongst the apps now. See, we don't force you to put them all the way on this little jar over here. No, you can be... Yeah, sure. Glad you finally caught up.
This is going to be amazing.
Okay, yeah. All right. I think Inigo Montoya said it best when he goes, you keep your saying that word. I don't think it means what you think it means. They have an app library now that automatically groups your icons or apps into smart folders because, you know, I've never seen anything like that on the Play Store. They can do that before. There's totally not tons of developers that have already put out their own versions of this. On top of, like, you know, it's just the way they talked about it. It's like, oh, well, you know, we have all your apps, blah, blah, blah. Like, they're talking about how, like, right here.
We can end up with this. Lots and lots of pages.
Like, see right there? They're spreading out. They're like, hey, you know, we finally realized this might be a problem. This could potentially be annoying. It took us a long time, but we finally figured it out. You might not want 12 home pages of apps. So we did the only logical thing we could do, exactly what our primary competitor did. Organize them all into a smaller space, baby. Oh yeah, we're totally great.
This is going to be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So I can tap into a category like Apple Arcade and see all of my apps in that category.
Kind of like Game Launcher could. They used to have it like a separate thing where on Samsung phones where it's like Game Launcher, tap that, it's where it automatically puts all your games. I wonder where they got that idea from.
Each of these categories, the apps I use most are right here at the top level.
You mean it knows the ones that I often open and puts them in one place together? Advanced. Oh my God. What? That's not what y'all said for the past decade. Man, there was a whole lot of stuff that came to mind when I saw the whole like widgets thing. I kept on wondering, if people making the argument like, oh, Apple's got widgets. No, not really. No, they don't. But now they do. And cool. Again, it took you quite a while to figure that one out. It's like Apple has finally been like, you know what? You guys are right. We'll do widgets this way, but we're gonna act like we love it. And maybe they do, but who's following who now?
To create a completely reimagined experience for widgets.
Maybe reimagined for you. God, they act like, you know, it's, oh my God, it's such an obliviously sounding approach. There's no effing way that people working there don't already know about widgets that you can put wherever you want. And then they're like, oh my goodness. You mean, oh, I have a great idea. Let's like, how did that conversation sound at the round table or whatever? Like the inside the meeting ones, right? Hey guys, what do we do for widgets? Or like, what do we do for iOS 14? Well, I don't know. Do you think this year is the year that we'll put like widgets that you can put wherever you want in there? Nah, man, no, don't let them do that. We've gone this far without it, right? And people aren't really asking for that. Are they? I don't know, but Android seems to be doing pretty darn good with it. And they've been doing it for a long time, you know? Maybe we could like just make everybody think that we did it better or that we just came up with the idea itself. You know, because people, when they get their new phones, they're gonna be like, oh my God, I can put widgets wherever I want to, isn't that great? And then like a week ago, they might have been shown somebody with an Android phone, hey man, you know, here's why Android's better, blah, 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 blah. You can put widgets and it just whooshes over their head. Just it does not even register as existing. And then when they finally put it on their iPhone, and then when they get their new iPhone, they're like, oh man, see, I love the widgets and blah blah blah. There's just like confirmation bias. It's just a selective focus type of thing. It drives me insane. Oh, you cannot see what's right in front of you until you slap the right label on it.
And we're introducing different sizes, so you can choose one that best fits your needs.
You mean like this?
Widgets. They're just beautiful. And the new designs are...
Duh.
And you can see they now come in a variety of sizes.
That's the second time that they've mentioned sizes. Like, dude, size is such an amazing thing, man. Like, you can see, you can change their size. They have different sizes now, bro. But like, size, bro. Seriously, size? They're just beautiful. Wait, what was it again?
This is gonna be amazing.
Yeah, size. Now the smart stack thing, that is pretty cool. I'll give them that. All right, cool, good stuff. It's pretty nifty.
Now check this out. When I swipe to go home, the video automatically goes into picture-in-picture.
You mean
right
like
over
this?
the home screen. And when I launch another app, like Notes, I can keep watching.
I don't even need to say it. Like, I feel like I'm just becoming a broken record now. Actually, I am curious. I wanted to say, yeah, nobody uses that anymore. But I'm like, well, I don't know. I don't really have like empirical data on who actually still uses picture-in-picture. Could y'all tell me if you still do? Please? Because that'd be great. I don't use it anymore, ever. Like, no, it's just, who still uses that? But you can bet people are gonna be like, oh my God, I can watch videos right now and do something else at the same time because iOS still doesn't have screen splitting or, two apps on one screen at once. That's a little beyond them still. I mean, we gotta give them like at least 5 more years before they even think about putting that in there. See, they get so close to putting like half and half. But so far away. Now, I will say the only redeeming thing that I think would be nice about this is being able to swipe it from the side and just kind of temporarily dock it on the side of the screen for a minute, out of the way, but still like able to bring it back up. That's pretty cool. I would like to have that, please.
Siri is getting smarter and even more helpful every day.
Yeah, I know. Thank God we did this, and this, and this, and this.
We're introducing a new app called Translate.
Oh, you guys have a Translate app now. Check it out. You mean like this one?
Just tap on the microphone and say, what are your store hours?
¿Cuáles son las horas de su tienda?
You get back the text and audio right away.
The similarity is quite eerie, wouldn't you say? Even in the icon. It's adorable. What's Apple's phrase? It was oh yeah.
Well, new is somehow familiar.
To your most important conversations by letting you pin them at the top of your list so you can always get to them.
Cool. Like that? You mean? This one killed me though. Like, dude, you mean you knew they were gonna, I don't know. I don't know who called it. I don't know if it was Chris or Jason or me, or if I just agreed with them, but like, you knew they were gonna make a masked emoji. Or Memoji, excuse me, whatever. Come on now. Speaking of Memoji though.
Is with Memoji stickers.
I don't know about you, but it seems like a step backwards, I know that the Samsung's had Memoji-esque stickers, or stickers based off of an AR representation of yourself. By that definition, ain't nothing new.
Inline replies that let you reply directly to a specific message.
Replying to specific messages.
You can view replies in the full conversation, or you can view them as their own thread so you can focus in on the specific topic.
Creating separate threads based off of another message.
We're introducing mentions. With mentions, you can just type someone's name to direct a message to them.
Mentioning other people in the conversation so they get pinged specifically.
And now you have the ability to only be notified when you're mentioned in the group conversation.
Notifications only when you're mentioned. These are all things like Telegram, Slack, Discord, maybe even WhatsApp. I don't know. Like, you couldn't have. iMessage is an internet-based chatting platform, just like all the other ones that I just listed, and a whole ton of other ones too. And it took you this long. Like, why didn't you take inspiration from them earlier? You could have done that like 2 years ago, maybe. What took you so long? Usually things that are said to be the most advanced don't take for freaking ever to implement things that are clearly, publicly, visibly implemented by other people and products. And they did the same thing this year that they did another year. I don't even remember off the top of my head, when they like just took this random quote from this random person. I think Ben was the person they took it from last time. And as far as this little nice quotation that we've got right here.
Ben says the A12 is so far ahead of the industry that it will still be competitive with the best Android smartphones in 2 years.
Who the f*** is Ben? But this time they took it from Michael Grothaus from Fast Company.
Maps has come a long way, and people have noticed. Just look at this quote from Fast Company. Apple Maps has improved by leaps and bounds and is a formidable rival to Google Maps. It's also arguably got the better UI and by far, the better privacy policy.
Do you guys know who Fast Company is? Don't worry, I'll wait. It's a magazine that sends out 6 issues per year for $20. Do you still read magazines? Better question. Do you still subscribe to a magazine service? Don't worry, I'll wait. To those of you that said yes, sorry for, I'm not making fun of you. But come on! What? It sounds like they're like, oh, I know, we know Maps has always kind of sucked, but this person likes it. It's better now. This guy from Fast Company says so. See? And he even says by far twice. Oh, because he loves us because we're good now, right? Out of here. The way he said it, the way they wrote his teleprompter script, it's come a long way, and people are noticing.
And people have noticed.
That's them saying, you believe now that Maps is good. God, this is why I think that they think that their customers are dumb. Maybe they went looking for somebody saying something about Maps that directly compares them to what is widely considered to be their superior counterpart, Google Maps. And they found one that puffed them up the most. And dude, the guy's an Apple fan. Michael, Mr. Growthhouse, from Fast Company, you're an Apple user, you're an Apple fan. Of course you're gonna like it. Or maybe they even paid you to say it. Now that's pure speculation on my part. I don't even know that for sure. But
just look at this quote from Fast Company.
Come on.
Apple Maps is the best way to navigate and explore the world, all while protecting your privacy.
Statements like that. It's the best way. Maps is good. You know? Come on. He's even doing the Maps is good. Check it out.
Over the past several years, we've added.
Yeah, you see that? He's like, no, it's subtle, but it's Maps is good. That's funny. Okay, here you go.
It's cycling. We're adding a dedicated cycling option to Maps.
Impressive. You mean like this?
It allows users to ride their bike along bike lanes, paths, and roads.
How long have y'all not had? I didn't even know that Maps didn't have that. When a product, app or whatever, doesn't have a feature that its main counterpart competitor does, and that feature is so normal that you're surprised that that product doesn't have it, something's wrong. Oh, and I found a way to control Adobe Premiere with this Xbox One controller, at least to an extent. If you'd like to hear more about that, just ask me down there too. Thank you for watching, and stay beaming.